Right, how are we all doing today? We've got Mourinho's press conference reaction to talk about because we actually have a few breaking news. Because unfortunately, two players in the AS Roma squad have contracted the COVID and have resulted positive today. And these two players are Villar and Cristante. Now, if you watched yesterday's live stream, if you watched yesterday's video, you probably know that me and Alex both went with Cristante playing in defense. Now, Cristante has the virus, so he won't be available tomorrow. He will not even get a call tomorrow. So we will have, we'll see many surprises. And one of these surprises is called Chris Smalling. Because Smalling was injured, but as you can see in today's press conference, Mourinho actually responded in a way, giving us ideas and suggestions, and clues, we should say, that Chris Smalling could easily start tomorrow, despite the fact that he's not 100% fit. So, right, without further ado, let's get into Mourinho's press conference reaction. Normally, press conferences with Mourinho actually are quite long, I'm not gonna lie, but this one wasn't that long. It was quite short, and I can see positives out of this because the shorter and the less time Mourinho spends with journalists, which is absolute bullshit, it means that he spends more time with the squad and with the players, and in such a difficult moment, I think it's the most important thing. Plus the fact that Cristante and Villar both have the virus, the fact that there have been rumors saying that Zaniolo and Mourinho actually had a few disagreements after the game against Venezia. It is very important for Mourinho to stay attached to all of these players. So it's quite good that it wasn't a long press conference. But the first question, obviously, is about Cristante and Villar. And it is Cristante and Villar out for COVID, which will this force you to review your plans for tomorrow? Think of a change of role for Pellegrini maybe and making play maybe more in the middle of the field? Because the impressions that we're having is that Mourinho might change many things now that Cristante and Villar are not available, especially Cristante. But Mourinho said no, the work done during the week is the work that we did this week. And we will focus on playing Sunday's match, how we experimented it with this week. There is no doubt that we have trained and tried both on the offensive and defensive dynamics. And losing Cristante, which is a very important player, which covers many roles, can be a big hazard. So with so many other problems we have, for example, 3 full left backs all out, Vigna is injured, and other left backs are injured, it is obvious that we need to find solutions. And there are people who have to make this sacrifice, in quotation marks, to maybe play in a role that is not theirs, and they have to adapt well. We have to solve a puzzle that always allows us to play well and score points. But it's true, it's a very difficult time. Now, I want to just give you a small explanation linking to the last sentence Mourinho said, which is, it's true, it is a difficult time for us. We are getting the impression that, Mourinho is a fighter. He is someone which will fight until the very last game week, even though if it's impossible to try and get the objectives, he will fight in every single match. But there will be matches where, he can't do anything. The teams don't play well, and we lose the points. And we've seen this many times with Roma. But he himself, for the first time away, has admitted that Roma is living a very tough time. And now that Cristante, Villar have contracted the COVID, Zaniolo is not fit, he had disagreements with Mourinho, it's even more tough to glue things back together. So what Mourinho is, and this is more of an advice to the players rather than us fans and the staff, is that in this difficult time, players will need to adapt and play in different roles. Even if Shomurodov wants to play as a striker, he'll need to sacrifice himself, and sometimes he will have to play in a different position. Because, as he said, and this is a direct quote, he said, we have to solve a puzzle that allows us to play well and score points. Obviously, if you don't have all the pieces, you won't complete a puzzle. But sometimes to kind of replace a piece when you don't have one, you need to experiment. So he's asking the players to sacrifice themselves and to play in positions even if they don't like. Because, it's extremely important for this team to grab points on Sunday, because it means that we'll get back the momentum that we lost before the international duties. So this is what Mourinho is actually trying to ask from the players. Now the second question is, obviously adding on to that answer, Cristante not being available will mean that many things need to change. And he didn't specify in his answer, but I highly think that maybe Mourinho will reconsider the option of playing with 3 defenders now that Cristante is not available, and get back sticking with a 4-2-3-1. Many things could change, but let's see what Mourinho says. Now the second question is, in Genoa you will find a warm environment. Is it a game to be played with great aggression right away, or will you need more patience? I understand what you say. They will certainly have enthusiasm, not only for Shevchenko, but for the new ownership. Because to point out that Genoa has a new ownership, American presidents they have as well. It will be a difficult environment, but that's what we want. We will always have many of our fans, the usual 1,000, 2,000 who follow us away from home. It is a good motivation for us. Sometimes the difficulties make the teams more united. I'm not talking about aggression, but the desire to win. We can also lose, but we must enter the field, the stadium, with the idea of winning. Not even in this difficult moment will we change our minds. And this is just, it's another just fact which says that in such a difficult time, Roma need to stick together. They need to, on Sunday, tomorrow, when they step onto the pitch in Genoa, which will be heavily touched by climate, it's just very, very, very important for the clubs to stick together. They need to give that sense of brotherhood, of being a united team, and just give the sense that they want to step in that pitch and win. So, Mourinho said it clear. Tomorrow, we want to win. We might lose, and I'll accept the defeat if we step on that pitch with a winning mentality. Now tomorrow, I am not Mourinho, and I am not going to accept the defeat, because I think we cannot lose any more points. I understand what Mourinho is saying, but I don't agree with Mourinho when it says I accept the defeat, because we need to start winning, and we need to be more aggressive. So obviously he's saying that it will be a very, very, very extremely tough opponent to face. New ownership, new manager, Shevchenko's debut in front of fans. Genoa could not ask for more. Roma, unfortunately, is very unlucky to play them tomorrow, but this is the reality of football. This is life. We got to get cracking. Heads need to be focused tomorrow. And, the ideal thing is that we grab the 3 points. But what really the topic of this interview, of this press conference, is united. Mourinho understood that after these negative results, coming from Venezia, coming from small clubs where Roma lost points, now we need to step up. We need to be better. International duties gave us time to reassess, to resettle. Now we gotta ignite the spark and start the fire. That's exactly what Mourinho's trying to tell us in this press conference. Now, second to last question is, will you still play with 3 at the back despite Cristante having contracted the virus? And this is actually a good question, because it can tell us a lot about the lineup in a way. Because if Mourinho doesn't play with 3 at the back, it means that he'll play with 4 at the back, and the attacking section will be less balanced. So less goals, we need to expect less goals. So Mourinho said, I won't say how we'll play. I never said if I will play with 3 defenders or 4 defenders. Your sources and your ideas have told you that we worked for 2 days on a 3-man defense. And that is true, and you know it. But I will not say how we will play. I tell her, obviously, that Zaniolo will not be affected by this situation. Everyone knows the positions in which Zaniolo can play. So, yeah, the impression is that he won't tell us, and this is something Mourinho is famous for, not telling us how he'll play in the press conference is something Mourinho has been doing for quite a long time because he doesn't want to leak anything to the opponents. But a big topic in this is about Zaniolo. In fact, the next question is, what is happening with Zaniolo? Now, let me talk about this and let me spend time on this because it's actually really important. There have been rumors saying that after Venezia's defeat, Mourinho and Zaniolo had a few disagreements, for the prime reason being that Zaniolo got subbed off and he didn't want that, and he had a few disagreements with Mourinho. And this is something which Roma need to try and avoid as much as possible. As much as possible. And I can't emphasize this enough because it's extremely important, to be united and not form groups in the changing room. Maybe one defending Zaniolo, one defending Mourinho, which can then influence the way you play. So the rumors are saying that that's what happened. Now, Zaniolo obviously did get a call, from Mancini the Italian national coach. Went there, and with Pellegrini, they weren't 100% fit, and they left the international team and came back to Trigora and Rome. And this is a bonus factor for Zaniolo especially, because it means that he had more than a week, to talk with Mourinho. And at this stage, expressing your ideas is such an important thing. Mourinho and Zaniolo need to clarify, because, Zaniolo needs to be better. Maybe, I'm not sure what, really ignite this discussion. Yes, okay, the fact that Zaniolo got subbed off is a reason, but I don't think it's the main prime factor of why this disagreement started. Anyways, I think that Zaniolo has had more than a week now in Trigoria to get back fit. In fact, he's back tomorrow, he's ready, and it will be a very good question if you start from tomorrow. And, he had plenty of time to talk with Mourinho and to clarify stuff. Now, another important thing is that Zaniolo probably say that now for AS Roma fans, Zaniolo is the next Totti. And I can confirm that Zaniolo right now is AS Roma's idol, AS Roma's fans' idol in this moment. So they want to see Zaniolo play as well as possible in every single match. They want him to score. They want him to, trace a path which will lead him to be the next Totti. To do this, we need hard work and determination. And what Zaniolo has shown us in these first 3 months of action is not convincing. Zaniolo's not playing well. Selfishness is what described Zaniolo in many matches up to now. But I think that, Mourinho's the top manager. He needs to talk with Zaniolo and sort things out. Because the second Zaniolo gets back fit, the second Zaniolo, gets back bagging goals, bagging the assists, the dribbles, it will be a life changer for AS Roma, and it will be a life threat for the opponents facing Roma. Because what Zaniolo can give and add to this team is insane. So losing Zaniolo at this stage and losing, these disagreements that Zaniolo's having with the staff, with Mourinho, maybe with the players, are definitely losing faith in him, but especially confidence. And in such a difficult time for Zaniolo, where he's not performing well, he's not 100% fit, losing confidence, losing, faith, just dropping back down, his value drops. We can't afford to sell Zaniolo. He's one of our best players, and we need to grow Zaniolo. And this is something, we need to pay attention. If Zaniolo doesn't perform well, it might be argued that he wants to leave. And frankly speaking, selling Zaniolo would be a threat, would be an absolute threat, because he has got potentials and he's got a massive talent. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a quick live stream, Mourinho's press conference analysis / reaction. Quite a few topics Mourinho talked about, especially the prime one being that how Sunday's match will change now that Cristante and Villar have both resulted positive and have contracted the Rona, the COVID. Also, one last thing, which has nothing to do with this press conference. I bet a good old friend, This is the Simon Show member. And I want you guys to give me a name for this bad boy. So, in the live chat, comment a name, a suitable name, to do with Roma. How do we name this? Let me know in the live chat or in the comments as soon as this live stream ends. Because he's your next edition in the Simon Show. He's right here. He's definitely not gonna do like that bloody herbal tea during matches. Unlike that herbal tea, he'll probably wish us good luck. So, lads and lasses, let me know in the comments or in the live chat his name and what I should call him. And if you're new here, obviously, please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. It takes 2 seconds and it supports all of us so much. Also, follow me on Instagram over here. I'll lower so with the Simon Show, and I'll catch you tomorrow for the live watch along. Stay tuned. It's tomorrow night, Italian. It's like 8:30 Italian time, 7:30 UK time. And just wherever you're from, stay tuned. Set your reminder on your calendars and be ready, because tomorrow the 3 points are absolutely needed. I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care. Simon out.